Can a sea actually be a lake? Why does a narrow waterway near Yemen affect global trade? And why do countries compete over tiny islands in the South China Sea and the East China Sea? These are not merely locations on a map. Oceans, seas and straits control trade routes, energy security, military strategy and international conflicts, and UPSC often tests them through confusing bordering country questions. In this video, we will cover the major oceans and seas of the world, their bordering countries, connecting straits, strategic importance and 5 important UPSC previous year questions. So keep your atlas ready, because today we are studying maritime geography through maps.
Alright, welcome back everyone to this explainer. Today we are tackling a seriously massive but absolutely vital topic. We're mastering complex maritime geography. You know, if you've ever stared at a world map and just felt totally overwhelmed by the sheer number of straits, seas, and all those geopolitical choke points, well, you are in the exact right place. We're going to decode these critical waters using some highly targeted map data that will literally transform how you see the globe.
So, here is our blueprint for today. It's a simple 2-step plan. First, we'll tour the major oceans and seas, and then we're going to jump straight into a sort of boss battle, applying all that theory directly to previous year questions.
Okay, let's dive into this. Part 1, Major Oceans and Seas.
World oceans. There are 5 oceans in the world, in order of size from largest to smallest. Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern Arctic. Indian Ocean, special note. Third largest ocean in the world. Warmest ocean in the world. Characterized by monsoon-driven surface currents. Strategic cooperation through the Indian Ocean Rim Association (IORA). IORA comprises 23 members. Led by India from 2025 to 2027, very important current affairs fact for UPSC 2026. Mediterranean Sea. The Mediterranean Sea is one of the most strategically important water bodies in the world, and UPSC loves to ask about its bordering countries. Key straits and connections. Strait of Gibraltar connects Atlantic Ocean to Mediterranean Sea. Separates Europe, Spain from Africa, Morocco. One of the most important choke points in the world. Strait of Dardanelles connects Aegean Sea to Sea of Marmara. Located in Turkey, controls access from Mediterranean toward Black Sea. Strait of Bosporus connects Black Sea with Sea of Marmara. Also in Turkey, Istanbul sits on this strait. Suez Canal connects Mediterranean Sea to Red Sea. One of the world's busiest shipping lanes, shortcut between Europe and Asia. Adriatic Sea, northernmost arm of the Mediterranean. Separates the Italian peninsula from the Balkan Peninsula. Borders, Italy, Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro and Albania. Bordering countries, UPSC critical. Mediterranean Sea borders, Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Morocco and many European countries. Critical UPSC trap, Mediterranean Sea does not border Jordan or Iraq. Jordan is landlocked, its only sea access is the Gulf of Aqaba, Red Sea. Iraq has a very small coastline on the Persian Gulf, not Mediterranean. Levant refers to the east coast of the Mediterranean, includes Syria, Lebanon, Israel, and Palestinian territories. Black Sea. Bordering countries. Turkey, Bulgaria, Romania, Ukraine, Russia, and Georgia, 6 countries. Connection route. Black Sea connects to Mediterranean through Bosphorus Strait, Sea of Marmara, Dardanelles Strait, Aegean Sea, Mediterranean Sea. Rivers feeding Black Sea. Fed mainly by Danube, Dnieper, and Dniester rivers. Strategic significance. Turkey-Russia grain deal, Ukraine war caused Black Sea grain corridor blockades, massive global food security impact. Ukraine war, Sevastopol, Odessa, Mariupol are all Black Sea ports. Control of Black Sea is central to Russia-NATO tensions. Red Sea. Bordering countries. Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Sudan, Eritrea, and Djibouti. Not Syria, Syria is on the Mediterranean coast, not Red Sea. Key Strait. Bab el-Mandeb Strait, located between Yemen, Djibouti, and Eritrea. Connects Red Sea to Gulf of Aden. One of the world's most critical choke points, approximately 12% of global trade passes through it. Key characteristics. Arid climate, Red Sea is surrounded by deserts, receives very little precipitation in any form. No rivers discharge into it, completely surrounded by arid land. This makes Red Sea one of the most saline seas in the world, high evaporation and no freshwater input. Strategic significance. Houthi attacks from Yemen targeting commercial ships in Red Sea, disrupting global trade. India-Saudi Arabia strategic ties, Red Sea corridor is crucial. Choke point security, major concern for global shipping. Suez Canal at northern end connects to Mediterranean. Caspian Sea. Key facts. World's largest inland body of water. Endoric Lake, no outlet to any ocean. Also the largest lake in the world. Fed by Volga and Ural rivers. Bordering countries, 5 countries. Kazakhstan, Russia, Azerbaijan, Iran, Turkmenistan. Strategic significance. Rich in oil and gas reserves, major energy hub. Legal status dispute, is it a lake or a sea? This matters enormously for resource sharing rights. If it is a lake, resources divided equally among 5 countries. If it is a sea, UNCLOS applies, each country gets EEZ based on coastline length. 2018 Convention on Legal Status of Caspian Sea agreed to treat it as a special body with unique rules. Energy corridors, Tapi pipeline, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India passes through its region. North Sea. Bordering countries. United Kingdom, Norway, Denmark, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium and France. Strategic significance. Rich in oil and gas fields, Brent crude benchmark, the global oil price standard comes from North Sea. Energy security post-Ukraine war, Europe increased North Sea gas production to reduce dependence on Russian gas. Wind farms, North Sea is becoming a major offshore wind energy hub for Europe. Bering Sea. Key facts. Located between Russia and USA, Alaska and Chukotka. Connected to Arctic Ocean through Bering Strait. Bering Strait, narrow waterway separating Russia from USA, Alaska from Chukotka. Strategic significance. Crab fisheries, Bering Sea is one of the most productive fishing grounds. Polynyas, areas of open water surrounded by sea ice, important for marine ecology. Arctic ice melt, opening new shipping routes. Northwest Passage competition, as Arctic melts, countries compete for this new shipping lane. Canada, USA, Russia all have claims. Caribbean Sea and Gulf of Mexico. Key facts. Located between North America, Central America, and South America. Gulf Stream originates in the Gulf of Mexico, warm current that keeps NW Europe warm. Hurricane Belt, Caribbean Sea and Gulf of Mexico are the primary zones for Atlantic hurricanes. Strategic significance. US Cuba and Venezuela tensions over oil, Venezuela and Trinidad oil fields. Deepwater Horizon 2010 oil spill, one of the worst environmental disasters in Gulf of Mexico. US LNG exports, Gulf of Mexico ports are major liquefied natural gas export hubs. South China Sea. Key facts. Located in Southeast Asia, bordered by China, Vietnam, Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, Indonesia, and Taiwan. Carries approximately 30% of global trade, one of the world's busiest shipping lanes. Key disputes. Spratly Islands and Paracel Islands disputes, China versus Philippines and Vietnam competing territorial claims. 9-line, China's claim over almost entire South China Sea disputed by Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei. Philippines won arbitral case in 2016, International Tribunal ruled against China's 9-line, China rejected the ruling. Artificial islands, militarization, China has built artificial islands on reefs, installed military equipment, radar, runways, missiles. Strategic significance. US-China Freedom of Navigation Operations, FONOPS, USA sends warships through South China Sea to challenge China's claims. India-ASEAN ties, India supports freedom of navigation and rule-based order in South China Sea. Massive oil and gas reserves beneath the sea, one reason for disputes. East China Sea. Key facts. Located between China, Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan. Key disputes. Senkaku and Diaoyu Islands dispute, China calls them Diaoyu Islands, Japan calls them Senkaku Islands. Both claim sovereignty. Japan currently administers them. Rich in oil and gas fields below, primary reason for dispute. Okinawa Trough, geological feature in East China Sea. Taiwan Strait, narrow channel between Taiwan and China, one of the world's most geopolitically sensitive waterways.
Let's move to part 2 and see how this all builds up into our boss battle. Previous year questions.
Question 1, UPSC Prelims 2024. Consider the following statements. The Red Sea receives very little precipitation in any form. No water enters the Red Sea from rivers. Which of the statements given above are correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. Option D, neither 1 nor 2. Pause 5 seconds. Answer, option C, both 1 and 2. Statement 1 true. Red Sea is surrounded by the Arabian Desert and Sahara Desert on both sides. It is an extremely arid region, receives very little precipitation in any form, rain, snow, or otherwise. Statement 2 true. The Red Sea region is entirely arid, no major rivers drain into it. Unlike the Mediterranean which receives water from the Nile and Rhone, or the Black Sea which receives Danube and Dnieper, the Red Sea receives no river water. Both statements are correct. Answer C. Question 2 UPSC Prelims 2024. Consider the following countries: Finland, Germany, Norway, Russia. How many of the above countries have a border with the North Sea? Option A, only 1. Option B, only 2. Option C, only 3. Option D, all 4. Answer, option B, only 2. North Sea bordering countries: UK, Norway, Denmark, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, France. Finland, no. Finland borders the Baltic Sea and Gulf of Bothnia, not North Sea. Germany, yes. Germany has a North Sea coastline, Schleswig-Holstein and Lower Saxony states. Norway, yes. Norway has an extensive North Sea coastline, Western Norway. Russia, no. Russia does not border the North Sea. Russia borders Arctic Ocean, Baltic Sea, Black Sea, Caspian Sea, not North Sea. Only 2, Germany and Norway. Answer B. Question 3, UPSC Prelims 2019. Consider the following pairs: sea and bordering country. Adriatic Sea, Albania. Black Sea, Croatia. Caspian Sea, Kazakhstan. Mediterranean Sea, Morocco. Red Sea, Syria. Which pairs are correctly matched? Option A, 1, 2 and 4 only. Option B, 1, 3 and 4 only. Option C, 2 and 5 only. Option D, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Answer, option B, 1, 3 and 4 only. Pair 1 Adriatic Sea borders Albania, true. Adriatic Sea borders Italy, Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Montenegro and Albania. Pair 2 Black Sea borders Croatia, false. Croatia borders the Adriatic Sea, not the Black Sea. Black Sea borders Turkey, Bulgaria, Romania, Ukraine, Russia, Georgia. Pair 3 Caspian Sea borders Kazakhstan, true. Kazakhstan is one of the 5 Caspian Sea bordering countries. Pair 4 Mediterranean Sea borders Morocco, true. Morocco's northern coast faces the Mediterranean Sea, Gibraltar is between Morocco and Spain. Pair 5 Red Sea borders Syria, false. Syria borders the Mediterranean Sea, not the Red Sea. Red Sea borders Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Sudan, Eritrea, Djibouti. Pairs 1, 3 and 4 are correct. Answer B. Question 4 UPSC Prelims 2017. Mediterranean Sea is a border of which of the following countries? Jordan, Iraq, Lebanon, Syria. Option A 1, 2 and 3 only. Option B 2 and 3 only. Option C 3 and 4 only. Option D 1, 3 and 4 only. Answer, option C, 3 and 4 only. Jordan, no. Jordan is almost landlocked. Its only sea axis is the Gulf of Aqaba, part of the Red Sea. Jordan does not touch the Mediterranean. Iraq, no. Iraq has a very small coastline on the Persian Gulf near Basra. Iraq does not touch the Mediterranean. Lebanon, yes. Lebanon has a significant Mediterranean coastline. Beirut is a major Mediterranean port. Syria, yes. Syria has a Mediterranean coastline. Latakia is Syria's main Mediterranean port. Heavy check mark. Only Lebanon and Syria border the Mediterranean from this list. Answer C. Question 5 UPSC Prelims 2015. Which one of the following countries of Southwest Asia does not open out to the Mediterranean Sea? Option A, Syria. Option B, Jordan. Option C, Lebanon. Option D, Israel. Answer, option B, Jordan. Syria has Mediterranean coast. Opens to Mediterranean. Jordan, no Mediterranean coast. Jordan's only sea axis is Gulf of Aqaba on Red Sea. Jordan is essentially landlocked from the Mediterranean. Lebanon has Mediterranean coast. Opens to Mediterranean. Israel has Mediterranean coast. Opens to Mediterranean. Tel Aviv, Haifa are Mediterranean ports. Jordan does not open out to the Mediterranean Sea. Answer B. And that is a complete, in-depth walkthrough of World Geography Chapter 3, Maritime Geography. We covered all major oceans and seas, Indian Ocean and IORA, Mediterranean Sea with Gibraltar, Dardanelles, Bosphorus, Suez Canal and Adriatic, Black Sea with 6 bordering countries and Ukraine war connection, Red Sea with Bab el-Mandeb and Houthi attacks, Caspian Sea as world's largest lake with legal status dispute, North Sea with Brent crude and wind energy, Bering Sea with Northwest Passage, Caribbean Sea and Gulf Stream, South China Sea with 9-line, and Philippines arbitral win and East China Sea with Senkaku Diaoyu dispute. And we solved 5 previous year questions from 2015 to 2024. Key traps to remember: Jordan and Iraq do not border Mediterranean. Croatia does not border Black Sea. Syria does not border Red Sea. Finland and Russia do not border North Sea. If this video helped you, please like, share and subscribe. Drop a comment which sea bordering countries always confuse you the most.